Hey guys, so for those of you who were here last time, you'll know that we were discussing keyword research and how to utilize the keyword research to best fit your content silo that you're building. Right? We went over a budget, simple, do-it-yourself way to find keywords, and we discussed exact match keywords being the best fit for your article titles. That way, you'll have a much higher chance of winning the keyword and coming up in results for those keywords. So in this video, we'll be discussing how to actually build the silo. Now that we have the article titles, we're going to be building the silo. All right, and that will consist of a couple things. One will be the anchor text and what makes the anchor text relevant. Secondly, the word count. And the word count falls into the third thing, which is the type of article that you'll be having in this content silo. See, there's two types of articles that will appear in this content silo. All right, there's building articles and there's reaching articles, as I like to call them. Okay, so the way that works is building articles are based on keywords that have a very, very low KD score, so they're very easy to win. And that's the most important factor, all right, their winnability. So there's a chance that some of these keywords volume might not be as high as maybe you are hoping them to be. So maybe one of these keywords only has a volume of 20 per month, let's say, maybe even 10. But its KD, or keyword difficulty, is, let's say, a 2 or a 5. That's up for grabs. You should, if it's relevant to your site, if it's relevant to the content you're doing, you should snatch it up. So that's the premise around building articles. You're basically collecting, you're scooping up all the relevant keywords in your niche that are winnable, and that way your site will continue to build upon keywords. It'll continue to win these keywords, which will in turn lead you to moving up in your next SEO tier, your next ranking tier, and it will also increase authority in your site. So that's the relevance of a building article. That's why I call it a building article. The second type of article is a reaching article. So for reaching articles, the importance of a reaching article is that the volume is higher. So these are the articles that you're wanting to bring in the most volume. So the KD is important. It needs to be winnable for your tier, but more important is the content, not the content. Sorry, is the volume. And so in that case, sometimes you have a KD that's maybe just a little bit out your reach, or you're not as certain that you can win it. That's why it's called a reaching. You are reaching out for it, and with the help of these building articles, which will be linked to them, and I'll show you how to do that soon, you will increase your odds of winning that keyword. And once you've won keywords such as those, more and more traffic will start to come to your site. So another difference between the articles, as you can see, building articles only need to have a word count of 500 to 700 words, right? They are SEO articles in totality. They're in entirely SEO articles. They're practically word soup. Of course, you want them to be decent content, but they are literally for winning keywords. Whereas the reaching articles, you can see here, have a much higher word count, and you're going to want these articles to be very well written, right? These are articles for the public. These are articles you want people to read and go to your site for. And so if you're going to spend anything on this on this silo, maybe spend it on hiring expert writer in the field, in your niche's field, and have them write the content. It might be worth it. Perhaps you're an expert yourself. If you fancy yourself a bit of a writer, give it a go. But again, it matters that these three in particular are important. All right, let's move on to how we're going to interlink these. All right, so that's where the anchor text come in. So I'm going to move to the next step. This is what it looks like in its completion. Okay, so the first anchor text. Now, the purpose of the first anchor text is to link to your top level page, your money page, and so, for instance, we mentioned that chamomile was the subject that we're going over. So maybe you have a top level page in your website that is chamomile. It's where you buy the chamomile, or maybe it's where you click the link for to get to the chamomile. It's your money page. It's where you want all your traffic directed towards. And so the first anchor text that should be on every single one of these articles should be linking towards this page. So I've been lazy, and as you can see, and it helps with clarity as well. My anchor text for every single one of these has been chamomile. That means that in the first paragraph, you really want it in the introduction. In the first paragraph, you're writing about you're making your introduction, and you say the word chamomile, and you link the word chamomile towards the top level page. So a little bit of variety is better. So maybe buy chamomile, order chamomile, find chamomile online, and so on. But as long as it has the word itself in it, it should be fine. Lean towards a bit of variety, though. Okay, so the other anchor texts are what create the silo. So as you can see, there's a couple that have been highlighted, and there's a couple missing as well. I'll explain that all to you in a moment. So the way that this works, right, is the building articles all link to each other, and the reaching articles all link to each other. Only one article from the building links to the reaching, and vice versa. So it's not a direct chain per se. It's two sections. So we're going to start off with the building article section. So we'll start right here, okay? So this first article title, Can I Take Melatonin with Chamomile Tea? All right, so you'll be writing this, and you'll have your anchor text, chamomile, leading towards the top level page. And then let's skip this one for a sec. The third, this anchor text right here says chamomile tea. Now, as you can see, with the second article, it's an article about chamomile tea, and so basically the first article links to the second article. Now, as I said, we'll get back to the highlighted one right here, but the second article, right? So the second article, again, links to the top level page, as all of them do, and then you can see its anchor text is chamomile tea here. Now, this first article is about chamomile tea also, so the second article is linking back to the first article. It is also linking to the article ahead of it, third article. Right here, drinking chamomile. Can you drink chamomile tea while fasting? So that's how it works, right? Each one of these articles links to the article behind it and the article in front of it. Okay? And that goes all the way down until the last building article, as you can see here. And that is why, by the way, this final building article, article 15, right here, does not have a third anchor text, because the only article that this 15th one will be linking to is the article before it. So the same principle goes with the reaching articles. Okay, the middle one, for instance, links to both the one behind it and the one ahead of it, and vice versa. They link to each other too. Now, the importance of these highlights, that's how you close the silo. So it's where it gets a little bit tricky. So because if you forget this, you're working with an incomplete silo. You're not going to get your best results. So this first article right here, this links to the third reaching article, as you can see, the highlights here. And yes, the third reaching article links back to the first building article. Okay, and as you can see as well, the first reaching article doesn't have a third link because it's only linking towards the second reaching article. All right, and now this is the final step for creating this content silo. Okay, and that is the top level page. Now, all of these articles are linking towards the top level page. What the top level page is doing in this case, however, is the top level page is linking towards the first reaching article. Okay, now that's how you complete the content silo. All right, so as you can see, I have color coded it. So this one links directly here, and this one links back to here. Otherwise, it is just before and ahead, before and ahead, before and ahead. Okay, so this is what the finished silo will look like once that's completed. All right, so I have the links here. This is something you might want to do. Right here, you might want to type these links in. Now, if you're on WordPress, and you're posting the blog, you're making a blog post, it will provide you a link, and the link will look like this. And so maybe you don't want to bother yourself with doing it in advance. I like to, and the reason I like to is because I like to have all of these, even if these links don't quite exist yet, because I've just written them on the sheet. I like to have pre-linked every single one of my articles before even putting them on the add post part of WordPress. So that way, all I'm doing I've basically completed the SEO silo before even going towards WordPress. Okay, that means that all I'll need to do is click the Google Doc that contains the article. So that's something else you can do. You should, once you have these articles, link them. Add a link from the Google Doc to right here, just so you can access them really quickly, and literally just copy and paste them into the add post section. And if you've already placed the links inside the post, there's nothing else you have to do. And so really, that's how you create a proper SEO silo. All right, hopefully that was helpful to all of you. If you have any questions about this, feel free to send me a message or ask a question in the comments. I'm happy to speak to anyone about this. Maybe bring further clarity into it if any of you are still a little confused on how this works. All right, but hopefully what I've done is I've been able to give you guys an in-depth look on how an content silo works and how to do it yourself. Um, almost no charge. It will take some time, and of course, um, this this is how it works. So if you do have a budget for this, like a good budget for this, it works even better. Like for instance, instead of using Keyword Planner on Google, you're using maybe both SEMrush and Ahrefs and Keyword Planner. You'll get yourself an amazing list of keywords to turn into your silo. Um, Really, the rest of it is just labor. And making sure that you know where to hammer in the links. That's really important. Okay, so I'll say that one more time before I sign off. Okay, the first the first building article links towards the third uh, reaching article, and the third reaching article links towards the first building article. Likewise, the all articles link towards the top level page. However, the only article that the top level page links to is the first reaching article. Okay. Uh, right. Thanks for watching, and I hope that was helpful. All right. Until next time. Bye bye.